Praise God, church. I don't know how I am standing here, but I am standing. It's all God's grace. I'm not going to share anything new. You people are very strong in word than me. So I want to share something which I know, I studied, I understand, that I'm going to share. In addition to describing God as a creator, comforter, and king, the Bible also calls him as the hearer of our prayers. This is one of the sweetest description of the Lord in Scripture. In Psalm 65:2, you who hear prayer, to you all men will come. It was David's prayer. If God did not hear our prayers and cries, wouldn't our world be incredibly lonely and depressing? Fortunately, the Lord is not some distant creator who set the world in order, in motion, and proceed to ignore it. He is the hearer of our prayers, who made costly provision that his people might approach the throne with confidence. Hebrews 4:16, it has written. And even as Hagar is a Egyptian national, when she was crying, God heard her cry. And the angel was telling in Genesis 21:7, angel said, God heard the voice, your cries, and of the boy. So God is a God who hears everyone's cry. He is seeing everyone's cry, everyone's prayers. He is our God. Even though we are not faithful, He is faithful to the most to us. And I want to share a simple testimony about my experience with prayer. Even though I was born in a Christian family, I don't have any relationship with God. I don't have even a single Christian friend. And my life is such simply, my earlier life was very happy. I have a lovable and very caring parents. So I don't know anything about prayer. I was not committed to the church. I won't see every Sundays to the church. We used to go to the church during Christmas, Easter, that days only. So I don't know anything about prayer and God, hearing God, and we hear God's words. Nothing, I don't know anything about. I was ignorant of all those things. So I was not a prayer also. I don't know how to pray. I was not a prayerful person, and I don't know anything. I don't know how to pray, leave alone praying with others, praying for others. So it was, my life was going like this. I had a good education. Everything was there. Nothing was lacking. I got a job also. So life was going without prayer, without any relationship with God. I was working in a big company, textile machinery manufacturing company. One day our management decided to change our operating system from Unix to Oracle. For that, some people from Chennai came to our office. And in that group, there was one lady and who was assigned to financial work. So I, along with her, we were working daily till 7 to 7:30. And after that, she was staying in a hotel in Lakshmi Complex. After that, I'll drop her there and I will go home. This was the routine. It was going for some time. And one day, we become friends. We were talking other than office works and all. She was new to the Coimbatore, and she was asking about Coimbatore and all. As far as I know, I was telling her about Coimbatore. One day, she want to go early. She want to start early. So we started. And usually she'll talk nicely. That day, I can see her that she was very upset. So I asked her, what happened? Are you not well? As though she was waiting for me to ask, she started crying and she was telling, I'm going to resign this job. I don't have any peace of mind. After this project, I'm going to resign this job. And my team leader is very torturing me. He is giving continuously project after project in different places. I don't have sleep also. I have severe headaches, and she was crying. And how to react to that, I was simply listening to her. And suddenly she was asking me, Violet, you are a Christian, no? Why don't you pray for me? That was my weak point she touched. I don't know what to do. So she was insisting me to pray. I don't know what to do. I told her, okay, I'll go home and pray. But she wanted me to pray then and there because we have ample time to reach the hotel. So you pray here itself. So with seeing her, with eyes closed, with such an expectation, my heart went to her. And I prayed. I thought I prayed. I don't want to disappoint her. I prayed. That night, I don't have any sleep. I have a restless night. So next morning, usually our office time starts at 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock. And those people will come around 10 o'clock. So I was I was waiting for her, whether she's coming. I was in a dilemma. So as soon as she came straight to me. Usually we meet during coffee break. As soon as she came very, very happy. I can see her face. She was very happy. She told me, Violet, thank you. Yesterday I slept very well. Without putting any tablet, I slept very well. And she was saying something and all. Suddenly she was telling, thank you for your God's answer, she was telling. And she was talking something and all. But that word struck me. I didn't know till then that God will hear my prayer and He will give answer also. So I thought I am nobody. I am not even a dot in the world. But God is hearing my prayer, my cry, and He is answering me. So slowly I started reading Bible. Where is God is hearing? Is there any verse is there? So during that time, I started coming to NLF Church. This is different from what I have experienced. This church taught me to pray. Here everybody is praying. Till then I know that pastors and leaders of the churches only will pray. Here everybody is praying, and for other people also they are praying. This is new to me. Without knowing the person, these people are praying for them, for their needs, for their wants and all. So it was new to me. And as soon as the church service is over, I will be the first person to run out of this church usually. But slowly I was drawn like a magnet to this service, to these people, to this church. Something was changing in me, but without my knowledge, without my effort, I was changing. I can feel the difference. Usually, I won't sit and read Bible. I won't pray. I have an intention to pray, to read the Bible daily. So I started praying and started reading. I thought I'm praying, but I don't have that proper this thing. I was praying. So, but what happened, life was going on, and I got a promotion in office. So everything was good. So what happened, I was not fully committed to God and church also. I'll come Sundays, but not the other meetings and all. I won't come. I said I have work. I won't come. My son will ask me, but carousel and all. But I said no. I have got work. Sunday only will do. So I'm not fully dependent on God. God showed me so things that are happening around me, how it was, that things and all, that happenings and all broke my heart. I thought, these people who I love, people who I believe, people to to whom I have faith were cheating me. God showed me everything. So I was completely broken. And for my emotional support, I depend on my son. Still, I was not completely depend on God. And I transferred my emotional support on my son. One fine day, what happened, my son wanted to leave and want to stay separate. He want to go and live in a separate house. That decision broke me into pieces. There was no peace in the house. I was complete. I have done only one thing, what I know, crying. Always crying. As if everything, my life has broken. I was crying and I was torturing him to come back. And I was seeing in church, some people will, he will help me to ask my son to come back. He will help me to, but nothing happened. So I was slowly, I thought, there is one person is there. Why don't we ask him? Why don't we turn to him? So I started praying, simply sitting and crying out my heart out to God. But what happened, without knowing, I got peace. Slowly I started getting peace, comfort, and I started enjoying staying alone. Usually I won't stay alone during daytime also, but God made me to stay alone even during nights. So that was new to me. I was not able to stay alone in house during daytime also, but God made me to stay alone even during nights and all. He was training, I think. He was training me. So what happened, one day, that Tessie sister came to our church, and she was giving one message, that is, let go. When she finished the message, when I am going home, I was thinking, what nonsense this message. Let go. Everything we have to let go. How can we let go? How can we let my husband, my son, my things that we are loving, everything? I was thinking, this is not practical, and I was thinking. But what happened, after these things happened and all, I started let go. I started to let go things. I'm not depending on anybody. Nowadays, I am not asking my son to come and stay with me. If he comes, I am happy. If he is not coming also, I am happy. So I have got ample time to spend with God, to spend with the Word. Without knowing how to pray and how to pray for others, how to pray with others. Now I am a member in ladies' intercessory prayer. I don't know anything about intercessory prayer, but now I know, and I am a part of intercessory prayer. And we are all have wants, expectations, desires, and we are waiting for God to give us our answers. See, without reading Bible, without knowing to pray, see where I am standing here. This is not my thing. See, really, I am not convinced that I am standing here and I am sharing with you. This is not only God's will, and I am obeying, that's all. He is only making me all these things. In Isaiah 40:31, God has told us, who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. So this is my favorite verse. Always, whenever I'm down, I'll read this verse. And I want to close it with another verse. 1 John 5:14. This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. This is our very, very important verse, that we have confidence. God, whatever we ask, He has told us, no, call me in. 2 or 3 verses I want to share. In Exodus 22:27, God said, "When he cries out to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate." He is a compassionate God. And as he said in John 6:13, "Whoever comes to me, I will never drive away." He will never leave us, never forsake us. He is our God. God was waiting for me all so many years to come to him, to turn to him, to have a relation with him. So now it is my turn to wait upon him, to wait for his time. Thank you, church, for your patience.